It's time for the MMA-Holes!
From the contest studios of Arizona, we're live for the MMA-Holes.
Wonderful.
Okay, welcome to the stream. How you doing? My name is Mystic Moss, King of the Dragons. Shout out to mybookie.ag. The promo code is MMA-Holes for a 10% match on your first deposit. Check out Dubby, link in the description. Get that drank. Dubby got me through my exercise routine today. Code MMA-Holes, link in the description down below, 10% off. And thank you to everyone that uses ESPN+. Tomorrow will be live for the Contender Series. Click the link in the description down below and watch the fights. Who's going to be here with me for the Contender Series tomorrow night? Let me know in the live chat. We're going to be talking about Noche. We're going to be talking about the event that happened on Saturday. We're going to be talking about, well, two events that happened on Saturday and the latest in combat sports news. Hopefully everyone is well in the chat. And UFC Noche is something that I'd like to talk about since it's right around the corner. It's a card that looks okay. It's at the Sphere, and people are paying a lot of money to be in the building for this event. I was looking at ticket prices. I was like, oh, my goodness. I saw Hearns in our Discord and in our chat talking about how he spent a bunch of money on it, and then it's slashed in price. So we're going to be looking at some of the prices. We're going to be talking about the card. And this weekend, there's no UFC. So we do have the Contender Series tomorrow night, but no UFC this weekend, which...
This is number one bullshit.
Not happy about that. But UFC's been pounding out events every week, and I think they've been drained. If you look at the 300 and on, it's been a rough ride. And then they try to figure out what they're going to do in Noche. I don't think that's what they wanted to do for UFC Noche. The card itself... Okay, the card itself headlined by Merab Dvalishvili and Sean O'Malley, Sugar Sean O'Malley. Listen, I understand why Sean O'Malley is there. When you think Sphere and you think the big lights and the graphics and all the crazy stuff that's going on, the Sugar Show should be interesting with the psychedelic graphics and all that stuff. And then Merab, you could have his Georgian heritage and the funny hats and all that stuff over there. So I guess it's going to look visually nice. But you go through the card, co-main event, Shevchenko-Grasso. Lopez Ortega is a banger. That was supposed to happen before. Now it's rebooked, and it's happening at Noche. Rabovics versus Zolhuber. Zolhuber's an interesting prospect, and, I mean, not really main card worthy on a big event like this. And then Ode Osborne versus Ronaldo Rodriguez. Okay, that's your main card. Now, if you end the prelims, you got Arely Kang and Raul Rosas Jr., which I don't know why that's not on the main card. It's very, very interesting, but I guess they're going to want people to buy that pay-per-view, and why not end the prelims pretty good? But that main card is like, I mean, Lopez and Ortega is good. Main event's interesting. Co-main event we've seen multiple times. I don't care. And they're selling tickets for abnormally high prices. Like ridiculously high prices. So I was sitting down before the stream and I was saying to myself, okay, what are we doing here? Is it worth it to be in the building for something like this? Is it worth it to buy the pay-per-view for something like this? Dana White says it's a one-off. Did they really put everything into this thing? We really don't know what to expect with Noche. And I'm going to say no. I don't think this. I think this is a scam. I really do. The arena tickets are still on sale. It did not sell out, and I mean, when you're looking from $757 tickets to 10,000 plus. If we just go down, I mean, we're going to scroll through here and look at some of the stuff. Like if you're going all the way down in the front, I noticed a lot of these tickets were bought up, and people are scalping the ish out of them. There's a lot of tickets that are saying are sold already. I mean, it's kind of nuts. And the setup of this thing is interesting because if you look at it, right, it's not a big venue, but the octagon's going to be right over there. You're going to have this little octagon. You're going to have seats behind it. The walkout is behind the octagon as well. So you can see how they're walking in over here. They're walking in from that end, and I'm assuming they're walking in from this end as well. So visually, if you're on this side of the octagon, you're going to basically be able to see the cage and then see all the graphics. Now, if you're sitting in all the way up in the nosebleeds, these dudes are going to look like they're going to look like ants, right? But it doesn't matter if they have the fights on the giant screen, that dome thing. It really doesn't matter where you say. I'm sure they're going to have, that's going to be their jumbotron, right? So it really doesn't matter if you're sitting in the nosebleeds. But the thing that really stuck out to me was right off the bat, I just said, okay, Ticketmaster, let's see what they're selling these things for. They didn't sell out. Okay, not surprised with the prices. It says full view of octagon, very limited view of sphere screen. Section 101, row 27. Okay, so let's see what this is about here. So this is 101, okay? So you're sitting on this section, so you're kind of low, right? And there's the octagon there, but you're going to the sphere, and there's the fighter walkout too, which is actually kind of not too bad. You're not too far from that. But you have limited view of the actual graphics. The whole reason why you're at the sphere is taken away from you, and that's on the cheaper side of tickets. So are you willing to sacrifice so you could say you're in the building for the massive event, but you missed a show, or you see half of the show? It's crazy. I don't understand how you have limited view of the sphere screen. Like, the whole purpose of going to the sphere is to be immersed inside that screen. And what about the people that are sitting behind the octagon, the $4,000 tickets? These tickets, what are these going? $4,400. Okay, I mean, I guess if you look up, I'm assuming you're going to see graphics over your head, but is it going to be reversed? Is it going to be upside down for you? How is this going to work? How is this going to fucking work? Let me click on this again over here. So here, we'll click on this. Doesn't say anything about limited view. I mean, you could see everything, but you're going to see it reversed. Or is there like a cool effect where you could see it? Like, this is weird. And the fact that Dana White is saying this is going to be a one-off, like, immediately I'm like, yeah, he's full of crap. If this thing sells and they make a lot of money off of this, of course they're going to do this again. But who knows? Maybe this is a shit show. Maybe this is not meant to be for something like the UFC. This is more concert worthy, because even if you're missing all the graphics and stuff like that, if you're listening to the music, you're still submerged and you have the crowd and everything like that. With the UFC, I've been to a bunch of events. If you cannot see the octagon, the next thing you do is you look up at the screen. And I've been at plenty of them where I was predominantly watching the jumbotron. I was not watching what was going on in the cage because I couldn't see what was going on. I had seats low, in the middle of the best for me, and then nosebleeds. I've been in all three spots, and most of the time, I got to be honest, I'm still looking up. Like, I'm still looking up to see what the hell's going on here. If you have limited view, like, for instance, the section that when you immediately come on the page, that sounded weird.
Wonderful.
Okay. So section, was it 101? Very limited view of the sphere screen, and it says you have a view of the octagon, but you're not going to be able to see everything. Dude, that's a shit ticket. $757. You're in the sphere, so you could say you were there for the events. You can't see the screen. Well, you have limited view of the screen. And then the octagon is in a weird angle where you can see the octagon, but you're not going to see all the angles of the fights. So I'm very curious, in those seats, are they going to have little monitors? And I've seen this at ballparks and stuff like that. If you don't have a view of certain areas, they have monitors where you can see, the game. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. I'm guessing. But if not, Jesus, there's an overhang there. You have limited view of the of the Sphere screen and the cage. Nuts. Absolutely nuts, man. This is like, it's crazy. It really is. And I wonder, the people that did buy tickets for this, is it predominantly scalpers trying to really, capitalize on this unique event? Are there actually fans paying, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, to sit like in the middle of this thing? I don't believe it. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, like I said, we have Hearns in our community that spent $2,000 on seats in the nosebleeds, and then the price dropped. That's another problem too. They had a pre-sale, and then you rush to get the pre-sale tickets, and then next thing you know, they open it to the public and they have tickets that are half the price. Crazy, man. For a card that looks like this, okay, Man, I would love to be in the building for something like this, but at the same time, I can't justify spending the price. I don't fucking get it, man. It's a weird one. This one's a very weird situation. So I want to ask you guys in the chat, what do you think about this Sphere event? And at home, apparently, it's going to be a pretty interesting experience as well. So you pay, I'm assuming it's $85. I don't even know. Are they going to jack up the pay-per-view price? Let me know if you have ESPN Plus available. Check it for yourself and let me know what the prices are for this. I'm assuming they're selling it already. The experience is supposedly different from there. So I guess what they see on the screen, you're going to see at home. They're going to be showing it on your full screen. This thing, I don't know, man. I'm feeling really weird about this. So let me know in the chat what you guys think. UFC 300 was better, so I'm glad I went. Yeah, 300 just on paper is like blows this one away. I mean, the 300th events, top to bottom, the card was pretty stacked up. So, and they were good fights. So yeah. That I mean, listen, this card could deliver. I'm not saying it couldn't, but it feels very fight night. I mean, when you have Ode Osborne on the main card, that's a problem. You can't be selling $10,000 this ticket for Ode Osborne to be on the main card. The dude doesn't even belong to be in the UFC. It's nuts, man. Now, like I said, they should swap these fights, but I guess they want to, sell pay-per-views. So they got to make it a little interesting. I don't know. Very, very strange situation. I don't think I've ever spent $10K in my life. Well, I just bought a car, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, imagine one shot. I mean, you got to have some serious cash just sitting around collecting dust that you're like, oh, okay. I mean, I don't believe that these are actually real fans. And I'm curious as to how many the UFC has gobbled up, because you do have this Riyadh season attached to it, right? So they got a big chunk of money from the Saudis. So I'm curious, if the UFC gobbled up a bunch of these seats and, they're giving it away, to, the celebrities and doing all that fun stuff. Who knows? But it does say here that there's a lot of bought and back up for sale tickets. So if you look at all the red tickets here, all the red seats, those are actually bought, and I guess those are scalpers trying to sell them. It's strange, but I mean, you see a lot of grayed out areas in this arena. So clearly people bought a bunch of tickets to this thing. It's not sold out, but people bought a lot of tickets. If you had the cash, would you do it? Like, I mean, I don't know. Even if I had the cash, I don't know if I'd do it. Something doesn't seem right. It's about the fights. It's for the rich to hang out with other rich. I mean, maybe that's what this thing is. Yeah, maybe like I said, maybe the Riyadh season aspect to the, I mean, maybe, yeah, the bill was flipped and they're just trying to get as many people to screw over and pay for tickets. I don't know. It's because Sanusi doesn't actually have all the belts like he claims. Not pass. I'm hesitant to spend my net worth on this card, right? I mean, all right, so listen, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the nosebleeds. Okay? Let's talk about these nosebleeds over here. Or let's go through this. Like, so there's a bunch, the limited, very limited stop here. And now here we go. Standard admission, $757. So standard admission is, where is this at? I would like to see this. 407, row 22. Okay, let's check it out. 407, okay, and row 22. So standard admission. I mean, that is $757. It says there's nothing that is in your way. So you're sitting all the way up top. Okay. Like I said before, it's section what was it again? Section 407. So you're literally dead center, okay? You're basically paying the how much is this? Oh, $1,515. What the fuck? It said $757 plus fees. That's for two. Okay, so for one. All right, here we go. So $757.50 for one ticket. So you're paying. You're not going to see the octagon. I mean, you'll see it, but you're going to need binoculars to see what the people are doing in there, right? They do say that this venue is very steep. That's what the Hearns was saying. That the steps are very steep going up and down this place. So perhaps it's crammed in. I've been at what's it called? The Prudential Center. It's a small place. The steps are very, very steep. So, and I sat in the nosebleeds, and I got to be honest with you, I couldn't see much of what was going on. I was looking at the Jumbotron. So, I mean, 757, you're dead center. You could see the Jumbo sphere screen. I guess 750, 750, 750, 750. I mean, I guess if you got a lot of scratch, maybe think about something like that. Maybe. I just can't justify spending that money for this card, right? If you had the UFC 300 card, that lineup, yeah, maybe. But I don't know for this card if it makes any sense. I don't know. I guess just to say you were there, maybe that's what they're selling. Let's scroll down a little bit more here. So that's 750, 750. So you can see it. So I don't understand. This is the thing I don't understand. Is you can get limited view, that's lower, section 110, but you're off to the side and you can see the octagon, but you're not going to be able to see the corners. You're not going to be able to see everything that's happening there. And then for the same price, you can go all the way up into the nosebleeds. You see the octagon, but you can't really see what's going on. You're going to have the full view of the Jumbotron. Me personally, I think I would take the 407 seat. Because you're there for the sphere. You're not there to see half of the fight and nothing else. Let me know in the chat which way you would go. And as I'm doing this, it looks like it's updating. So maybe people are buying tickets. Who knows? But which way would you go? Would you go nosebleeds, see the screen, octagon very tiny, or see the octagon, not see the screen, but you're limited on all the angles? Let me know in the chat. I'm curious which way you would go.
Wonderful.
Kainotto. Thank you for the 2.
Moss, in moments like this we need to summon a hero that nobody wanted. The Snake Man's chart needs to be consulted over this Noche fiasco. I can see the orange tiles and green tiles on the chart moving around as we speak. It's beyond our understanding.
Thank you, Kainotto. Yeah, the Snake Man, his chart is on fire right now. That thing did very well last weekend. So could you imagine what it's going to produce for Noche? Stay tuned. Stand by. Yeah, which section would you go? Put me in 110, fairly inexpensive for a good live view. Okay, so PCP. Now remember this PCP. You will sit in 101. Oh, 110. Oh, you want to go in 110? Hold up. So on the other side? Okay. You will not see what's going on in the sphere. You'll see the octagon. But I got to be honest with you. You're not going to see the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to see that whole fight if you're sitting there. Row 110, section 110. You'll see the octagon, but you're going to be missing angles. And like I said, I've been at UFC cards, and I've had low seats. You can see what's going on, but when they hit certain angles, you got to look up at the Jumbotron. If you don't have that availability, then you're actually missing some of the fight, which is terrible for spending almost $800 a ticket. So interesting. That's interesting that you would choose that. Nosebleeds, then sneak down lower if needed. Good luck doing that. I tell you what, back in the day, that was my plan for everything. I would go, my first concert was the Beastie Boys at what was it called? Nassau Coliseum. and we snuck down. Hopped over the boards, got into general admission. A couple of my friends got kicked out. My brother got kicked out. The bouncers caught him, but I got in. I slipped through the cracks. And, yeah, I went from nosebleeds to general admission. It was great. That was a big thing back in the day. I don't know if we could do that in 2024. I don't think that's a thing anymore. I feel like they would have tightened that up. But who knows? Let me know if you've done it recently.
Wonderful.
We got optimistically cynical coming in.
Something is fucked because ticket prices dropped.
Yeah, well, okay. So I guess I'm assuming, and if Hearns is here, maybe he can clear this up. And thank you, optimistically cynical. What I'm guessing is when the pre-sale happened, they did have $700 tickets, $750 tickets, but they probably sold very quick. And then the next thing available was like the 2,000 tickets. Then it went to everybody, and then you have access to all the other seats as well. So I don't think the price actually dropped. That's my guess. I don't think it actually did drop over there. I think that once it went to everyone, it wasn't just a pre-sale. Pre-sale, they only release like certain sections. They don't release everything. So I have a feeling when it went to everybody, now you can see what it really is worth. And $757 is still the lowest price. It comes with an asterisk, though. The card actually sucks, man, says Kainotto. I mean, I don't disagree. I got to be honest with you. Like, I'm not trying to – I know there's 2 title fights, but Merab, if he gets his way, it could be a snoozer, man. It could. Like, Merab's been more exciting lately. But listen, Merab just wants to win the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wants to get his hand raised and take out Sean O'Malley. And if there's a lot of respect between the two and Merab is humping, that could be a horrible fight. We've seen Grasso versus Shevchenko multiple times. I understand Grasso has Shevchenko's number, but the last one, it didn't really do much for me. The first one was interesting because we had a finish with a mistake from Shevchenko. But I don't care about that rivalry in any way. The only cool thing is Alexa is Mexican, right? And then you have a very good fight between Ortega and Lopez. Great fight. But, I mean, these two over here, I am interested in the prospect, and I'm not interested in this one here. But still, why on the main card? You know? What are we doing? You do have Mexican blood. So I guess, you got Mexican over here, Mexican over here, Mexican over here, Mexicano over here. So every fight has a little Mexican, flair to it besides this one. Although Ortega is Mexican, right? Even though he's rocking the U.S. flag. And the main event, Merab is Mexican, right? And Sean O'Malley is.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's not good. It's not. This is not worth $757 for the nosebleeds. It's just not. It's not. This is ridiculous. It is. I mean, I hear the Sphere is an amazing thing, but if you have in limited view and you can't actually see the Sphere graphics, I mean, what? Or if you could see the Sphere graphics, but the cage looks like there's ants in there and you can't even see what's happening, what? Nuts. Let's look at the midsection over here. Let's see. Say a corner, 201. Okay. If you're like in the nosebleed section of the 201, $1,357.50 for one ticket. Jesus, my goodness. And if you're getting lower down, you're talking. Hold up. Okay, if you're getting lower down, same price. Interesting. What the fuck? Wait, so if I want to sit all the way up top here, it's $1,357. But then if I want to sit over here lower, it's $1,357. Is this what? Row 4, seat. Why? Why would I choose if I'm in section 201? Oh, there is an overhang. But it's the same fucking price. Is the overhang over the entire section? Does it say limited view? Let's see. It doesn't say limited view here. Wow, this doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. Can you guys explain that one? So if you want, I'm looking at 201 at the bottom. 88 tickets, $1,357. So the entire section's the same. Yeah. So I'm assuming the overhang's over the whole section. So I'm guessing this is limited view for $1,300. Why would it be all the exact same price if you're row 4 and you're row 40? Strange. Now we go towards the middle. Like say 205. Okay, let's look at this. $3,500. My God. Oh my God, dude. What the fuck? But that's a pretty good seat, right? You're smack in the middle. You see the octagon and you see the graphics. So, I mean, you're thinking the middle of that is the sweet spot. If you're in the 105 section, right? Let's see. You're looking at prices that are, oh my God, dude. Hold up. 105, so $3,000 a seat. Oh my goodness, dude. So I guess what sucks about that, it says 18, let's see, 105, 1,180. Where's that one? Here's resells. No, that's 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. I don't know what the fuck that was. Oh, here we go. All the way up the top. So I guess there's an overhang or some shit there. So if you're sitting all the way at the top, it's probably an overhang. Yeah, you probably don't see the screen. But if you're sitting down in the 3,000, like if you're going to have to, your head, it's going to be like being at the front row of a movie theater. And you could just be like, if you want to see the graphics, you got to look over your head. This sounds like torture. $3,000 to be tortured. This is crazy. This is nuts, man. I hope that the people that do go to this, I hope they get a great experience. I really do. It doesn't sound like this is going to work. It does not.
Wonderful.
Oh, here we go.
Most Sphere has overhang seats that don't get to see full view of the Sphere, but clear view of TH3 Octagon. Only reason I'm going is the production, and wanted Pops to experience this with me.
Yeah, well, listen, that makes sense. And Hearns, you got the cash flow, man. You're a baller. So let me ask you this, Hearns. When you got your tickets, and thank you so much for the $2, man. Appreciate you. When you got your tickets, did you get it on pre-sale? This is the mystery I'm trying to solve, because you said you bought the tickets, but then they sliced the price in half. I'm assuming that you went pre-sale because they only sell sections in pre-sale. Then when they release it to everybody, you get the entire pick of the litter over here. So let me know. I'm curious. Yeah, so yeah, I'm noticing here, overhang. Dude, it's crazy, man. So, and also, I want to know, do you have overhang seats? Curious where you're at. Fucking crazy, man. We all know Dana is Mr. Krabs. He just wants the money. I mean, he's a businessman. He runs a business. So yeah, it's so crazy. Like, look at this place. Look at the size of the octagon, and then look at the venue. And like I said, if it's steep and it's compact, it might not be as bad. But like, I've been in the Prudential Center, nosebleeds. It's compact, and you can't see shit. Chi Wee Wee. He'll be on the card. People that pay for those tickets better get diamond chain and leather. I mean, they should hand out things like they do at the Super Bowl. If you're paying that price, they should leave a nice gift bag on your seat, a shirt, some memorabilia. I don't know, some lube, some signed stuff. Who knows? Dana's underwear. People that pay. Oh, I saw that. Kainotto just donated. Let's see what we got here. Bruce Buffer's shouting out Kainotto. What do we got?
Wonderful.
It's wild, man.
You would think that a fight card named Noche would actually be the most affordable of the year. I mean, EBT would be accepted and they'd be passing out government cheese at the gates. This Sphere thing is so bizarre, man. I imagine free roaming roosters.
Right? I mean, and thank you. Roaming roosters would be great. Mariachi bands in each section be fantastic. Maybe I'm sure there's gonna be a heavy. Maybe there will be mariachi music playing there. Who knows? Maybe you will have bands. Like a guy selling Cracker Jacks, and behind him is 4 dudes with their guitars really high up, trumpets and shit. I'm surprised no one's talking about it. It's like, it's weird. It's right around the corner.
It doesn't help that there's 2 big events happening. Hotel rooms are through the roof.
Oh yeah, you got Canelo fighting, and then you got this. But Hearns, I'm curious. Did you buy this on pre-sale? Did he say in the chat? Let me know in the chat if I missed it. Thank you so much, Hearns, for the $2. Yeah, I'm curious if he bought the tickets on pre-sale. But yeah, it's going to be nuts, man. It's going to be nuts. Vegas is going to be just jumping. The strip's going to be jumping. Traffic's going to be insane. Hotel prices going to be through the roof. This thing, the ticket prices are through the roof, and you're like rolling the dice. You're hoping that you're going to get a good experience at this. Not many people know what to expect. Has anyone in the chat been at the Sphere for another event? Let me know. I'm curious what your experience is. But like I said, just dissecting this from an outside perspective, it's showing overhangs. It's showing very limited view of the Sphere screen. It's showing limited, like just from going to other events, I know for a fact there are seats here that people are not going to be able to see the fights. You're going to have to look at the Jumbotron, and that Jumbo, if you can't see that, what are you going to watch? It's crazy, man. Imagine the prices if this was a Conor pay-per-view in the Sphere. Oh, God. And, we're going to talk about a little bit of that because I looked through the rest of the schedule. We have about 13 or 14 more events. We're going to touch on what the UFC has next for us. I noticed there's gaps between. Like, they're kind of taking off between a couple of weeks here and there, trying to, recuperate their rosters and pull it together, pull their heads out of their ass. There'll definitely be a mariachi band or 9 playing around the Sphere on fight night. I hope so, man. I hope you're getting some live music. I really hope they submerge you in that Mexican culture. I hope they do. Sit in the Sphere and listen to the MMA-Hole. Yeah, imagine we're on the Jumbotron. Oh, it's time I tell you. We're going to be the guys on that screen. That's true, yeah. You thought the fights were going to be there? Nah. It's going to be our big dumb faces calling the fights, guys. YouTube Sphere view, not that bad sections in 200 best as get the Sphere above you, good view of Octagon. Okay, so yes, listen, 200 easily is the best seats, easily. Even though you're paying more down low, the place you want to be in the Sphere or any UFC event, you want to be in that middle section, especially like dead center. It's awesome, but here like 206 seems like that's the place. You're looking at $3,000 a ticket, but that seems like the best place to be sitting. You're sitting down over here. You're looking at $3,300. I mean, save the $300 and move up to 206. What's this over here? Let's see. So you have this section, which is literally, I mean, this is like general admission over here. This is like floor right up next to the octagon. So if you want to get up next to the people, the cage, see what's going on here, what's good, you're paying $8,807. So these tickets over here, the ones that are like, I guess you could say the closest thing to cage side, which are, here's the cage side, but these are all sold out. So this section here is all sold out. So I'm guessing celebrities, you're going to have some media sitting over there and shit like that. But if you want to get like over here and get off to the side cage side, you're spending, let's see. I want to see what we got here. $5,000 over here. That's, wow, $9,378. You're going to be right up on the cage. You could see the fighter walk out, so that's kind of cool. But, in order to see what's going on in the Sphere, you're going to have to like look over your head. It's a lot of work to spend $8,000 and be like the whole fucking time. It's fucking crazy, man. For me, if you were to tell me, okay, where do you want to sit? I would say 206. That's where I would want to sit. 206 is where I'd like to be. I think that's the spot. But man, $8,000 down over here. It's weird, man.
Super chat.
Rogelio Herrera.
This card is magnificent. Can't wait.
Wow.
Mexico.
So Rogelio, thank you so much for the $2, man. Appreciate you. Can't wait for the Sphere card. So are you going? Or are you buying the pay-per-view? And let me know in the chat. I mean, most of us, 99% of us are not going. Hearns is the only one that I know is going to this event. And I can't wait to hear, man, Hearns, if you're ever going to call in after the Sphere, we got to get you in. We got to get you in on the show. I want to do a recap show and hear from a person that was there, take whatever videos or pictures. And I would love to, hear what you say about this experience. Yeah, I'm curious. Everyone else, are going to be watching at home. I'm curious, like, how are you going to be watching this? Are you going to be looking for the link? Are you going to be buying the pay-per-view? Let's look on ESPN Plus. I'm curious. Let's see. ESPN Plus, UFC. Let's see. No event this weekend, so O'Malley, Dvalishvili. Oh, I got to log in. Hold up. Let me log in over here. I'm curious if they jacked up the price for... Does anyone else have this problem with ESPN Plus that you have to log in a bunch of times, it denies you, and then you have to put a code in? Every time I log into ESPN Plus, I honestly, listen, I understand ESPN Plus is working with us, but their fucking platform's terrible. It's horrific. I gotta put a code in every time I want to. Burns Brady's not this weekend. No, this weekend nothing. We are empty this weekend. We are lonely this weekend. No UFC. So all the complaining we've been doing, shitty card. Although last weekend wasn't bad. Last weekend was pretty entertaining. Yeah, this weekend. You know what's crazy? I was looking on Tapology to see if anything else is going on. There's really nothing going on. There's pretty much nothing going on here. Okay, so let's see. I want to buy the pay-per-view. Shouldn't it be like, I want to buy it? UFC? Contender Series? Where is it? 305. Where is it? I mean, like, look at this shit. It's right around the corner. Was it the 15th? I want to buy it. Where is it? Yeah, I mean, browse, schedule, and replays. Like, does anyone know where you go? Buy your hog? Nice. Like, it's like you got to go through a maze to buy a fucking pay-per-view.
Wonderful.
Optimistically cynical.
Yeah, the card sucks, but if they didn't fill the card with cheap labor, it wouldn't live up to the name.
Oh my God, dude. Wonderful. That's another thing. There's 10 fights on this card. 10 fights on this card. Knock on wood. What if something falls out? What's the backup plan? I mean, you have 2 title fights, right? So God forbid something falls off on the main event or something. I would imagine there's a standby fighter. But if there's not, then you have Shevchenko versus Grasso, and that anemic main card turns into 9 fights for the entire card. And I mean, $8,000, $9,000 a ticket. All right, hold on. Let me see this. UFC, let's see, UFC 306 purchase. Let's see, buy pay-per-view. UFC.com. So if you go to their website, thank you, Optimistically Cynical. Thank you guys for the donations. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome. All right. Buy tickets, VIP experience. Nope. I just want to watch the fights. ESPN Plus. Here we go. Get the bundle. By the way, if you're going to buy it, use our link in the description down below. Please. UFC 306 Disney bundle. Get now. 306 get now. Okay, here we go. Gotcha. $69.99. Oh. Look at that. $69.99. What a number there. Okay. What do you think? Is it worth it? $69.99 to watch it at home. UFC 306. Access main card and prelims live. Access replay window after the events.
Wonderful.
Well, if you're going to use the link in our description down below. What a bargain, right, Tom? For a 10-fight card? For this? 69. I mean, Ode Osborne on the main card. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, so there's no, like, I heard Dana being interviewed about it too, and he said there's really no, like if Merab got hurt, there's really no backup plan. Like, they just said, this is the card. Hopefully everything stays together. This is so weird, man.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kainotto.
My sources tell me that the pre-fight entertainment will feature this new, hot, up-and-coming Spanish singer called Drescio y La Muerte. They're killing it in Latin America. The music is to die for with killer lyrics and deadly melodies.
So what is up
Hard,
with that?
Dressed, tumbler glass.
Yes, shout out to D-Rest. Thank you, Kainotto. Appreciate that. I don't know what the hell's going on in D-Rest's channel, but go check out D-Rest's channel if you want. It's like Latin music over there. I don't know what's happening. Like, I think D-Rest is going off the fucking deep end. But he's having fun. I don't know what's happening over there. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Wonderful, wonderful.
He's completely lost it. Roberto.
Nomos, I just bought mine last week Monday. I was debating what event to attend, boxing or UFC. This love letter to Mexico got me wondering. I want to see this.
Okay. So wait, so you bought it on Monday. So it wasn't a pre-sale. You went on what? Well, what the fuck? Thank you, Hearns. Thank you. So not on the pre-sale and the cheapest price. So you're saying they actually, every ticket was available, other than the ones that were bought, of course. You bought it after the pre-sale, and there was no $750 tickets when you bought it? Is that true? Am I getting that correct here? Because if that is the case, if that is the truth, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. That the price dropped that much for those upper level seats to $750. Yes, that's correct. Oh my God. I was trying to give the UFC the benefit of the doubt. I was trying to say, oh, it's got to be pre-sale. It's the only thing that makes sense. How much, and once again, Hearns, how much did you pay for those tickets? Dude, what? So yeah, the answer is it's there. It's there, guys. The title of our stream is Dana White scamming fans, the UFC Noche situation. The answer is yes.
Yes, bitch! Yes! Chris! Yes! 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 Yes!
2,900 for 2 tickets, nosebleed. Wow. What, Hearns, where you say, if you don't want to tell us the seats, don't tell us the seats, but I'm curious. I want to look at the chart and see what's around you to see what's going on here. So what section, Hearns? And if you're going to the event, go meet the Hearns. Go have a drink. Buy him a beer. The guy got screwed. That's fucking crazy, man. That's crazy. Last row 405. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, chat. We're going to move on over here. Last row 405. Okay. Last row 405. $757.50. There's like one lonely ticket over here. This is a resell. So this person's selling it for, hold up. So these two are $1,000 a ticket. Still cheaper than what Hearns paid. Come on, stop it. Last row. So, but is he over here? Is he on this section here? Because I mean, technically, this is not even the last row, and this is still cheaper. In fact, you can go down. Oh, here's 1357. 1357. These are all sold out. So this is 1,000. And this one's 750. Wow, dude. 405 aisle seat. So he's probably, so he says last row. So he's got to be over here. Like one of either here or here. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, that's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. Oh, boy.
Aw, super chat.
Get Hearns some press passes for our new sister channel MMA-Holes. We need this in order to serve our Spanish-speaking audience consisting of D-Rest.
D-Rest, if you're in the chat, can you explain what's going on in your channel? Oh, he is in the chat. There he is. D-Rest, what is happening on your channel over there? Explain what's going on here. Maybe I'll play one of the songs. Tell me which song I should play. Maybe I'll throw one on in honor of Mexican, the UFC Noche. Get in the spirit. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. That's crazy. It's almost 8 inches. Let's see. It'll be a good experience if you've never been to the Sphere, though. So wait, listen. I think everyone says that the Sphere is phenomenal, right? I have some concerns here because if the Hearns is at 405, he's all the way in the nosebleeds. I'm hoping there's no fucking overhang there. It doesn't look like it. Oh, here's 405. Look at this shit. Oh my God, hold up. Section 405, row 23, 757. Oh my God, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, if I was Hearns, I'd be pretty pissed too. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. So what I'm trying to say here is, how do we justify the prices of this? You know, how do we justify this? And now we just found out that Hearns literally played double, and like a week later they dropped the prices. So maybe they thought it was going to sell. Maybe they just thought it was going to sell like hotcakes, and then panicked and says, "Let's cut it in half." That's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. So you're like a true loyal fan. You want to get tickets right off the bat, and you get dicked in the ass by the UFC. Damn, man.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Look, the Canelo fight. Hearing the big mouth Puerto Rican being ghetto trying to intimidate Canelo from New York talk. Yeah, he's getting knocked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks like such a joke. It looks like another easy payday for Canelo, for sure. Yeah, I've been watching a little bit of their face-offs and their trash talking, and it looks like Canelo looks so comfortable. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to mess this dude up. Let's see. Mi Mundo is an amazing song. I'm still excited for Hearns. It's still going to be cool to go. Yeah, so that's the thing. Hearns is just going to have to, lick his wounds and suck it up. It's probably going to be a good experience, right? I mean, he's going to be in the building. I'm hoping that this is a one-off. This way, at least he can hold on to that ticket and say, hey, I was at this one and only event that the UFC had at the Sphere. So that's going to be kind of cool. So, I mean, what I would bring is something that you could slide that ticket in, so you can, down the road, you can, and especially if you go with your pop, you can put it up in a plaque or something like that and hang it up. Keep it as a keepsake. Who knows? Maybe down the road, if you run into some of these fighters, get some autographs or some shit. Or I tell you what, I'm not too far from O'Malley. Maybe we can get you an O'Malley autograph on that. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see. Got the invite from Discord, says K-Dog. Yeah, because alerts don't go out anymore, so I threw it on Discord just in case. Threw it out there. Just to,
Wonderful,
doing
wonderful.
YouTube's work. Hearns going crazy, baby.
Actually, most click-on-a-seat fees are $200 on top of the price they showing. Plus, I'm scared of heights. I'll just walk to my seat. No overhang low.
All right, at least you got no overhang. So, all right, so Hearns is not going to be able to see what's going on in the octagon, but he will be able to at least see the entire screen, right? He'll be able to see everything, all the theatrics that the UFC is going to throw at him. So he'll have the buzz of the crowd. I've I've had a great time in nosebleed seats, even though I was watching the Jumbotron the whole time and I couldn't see what's in the cage. So, yeah, he's going to have a good time over there, for sure. Okay, man. All right, let me know what you guys think in the chat about this Noche situation. It sounds like a train wreck. It sounds like a shit show. But hopefully we'll be pleasantly surprised at home with the experience. The people that pay the astronomical prices for these tickets and hotel rooms, get what they paid for in O'Malley versus Dvalishvili. Hopefully it's not a hump fest and the co-main event. Hopefully, those girls turn up. Maybe there'll be a little extra buzz, Hopefully Dana White maybe digs into the pockets and says, hey, let's go back to those 200K bonuses or some shit. Give them a little extra to fight for. But 10 fights on the card. What do you think? What's the excitement level in the chat? Let me ask you guys for Noche. I have excitement because of the unknown. So I'll put myself at a 7.2 because of the unknown. I have excitement. The card, if it was just relying on the card, it's low. But I go 7.2 out of 10. Let me know in the chat what your excitement level is for UFC Noche. Will you be buying the pay-per-view? Will you be listening to us? Will you be doing both? Will you be borrowing it from a friend? Let me know in the chat, and we'll move on to Saturday's events.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kainotto.
Look, Moss, let me shed some light. It's Noche night. The Sphere holds what, 18,500 people? That
Something like
means,
that.
doing the Hispanic math, the Sphere will have 97,000 people in attendance that night. Tickets are selling like tamales, not hotcakes. Get it right, Whitey.
Thank you. I know. I gotta brush up. You know, I gotta go to Jesse's Mexican side of the family and say, hey, come on, help me out here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Noche.
UFC 350, MMA-Holes goes to Vegas. Or 400 if we're all still breathing.
I tell you what, so the plan was to go to Vegas before the year is up. We wanted to go for the Noche shit. But I got to be honest with you, family life got in the way. Car accidents and a lot of medical bills. And, yeah, a lot of things got in our way. So, unfortunately, we can't do that this year. But I'm not upset. Like, I want to go and do a meetup. Like, I really want to do something with you guys. But it's going to be in Arizona first. That's for sure. Just because, I mean, I got to be honest with you, this card doesn't really do it for me to do a meetup. But anyway, thank you, Sonosi. All right, so let's look at the rest of the way throughout the rest of the year here. The events coming up. Because, yes, this weekend, like if you go on over to Tapology, shout out to Floyd Mayweather, John Gotti. Great experience. By the way, tomorrow Contender Series will be live for this. We'll find out if these guys get contracts. You got LFA that is on Friday. We'll be fluking off, so we won't be doing LFA. And then, boom, we're over into next week. Don't know what the hell this is. We got Contender Series on Tuesday. ONE FC on Friday. Octagon. Cage Warriors. And then you have UFC Fight Night. So September 7th will be the next UFC fight. So there's like nothing. And let me know in the chat if you guys know of anything. There is nothing. I mean, I'm talking nothing going on. I'm sure there's going to be some obscure boxing match or something going on. But there is nothing going on this Saturday. Usually there's always something. And what sucks is like, why couldn't Gotti Mayweather be, this weekend? Why did we have to mash those two together when you had Cannonier versus Borralho be a banger fight? And like, why? Why? They couldn't just... why go against each other? But anyway, the events the rest of the way, upcoming events. So you have this Burns-Brady fight that is September 7th. Then we have the UFC 306 that we're talking about, the Noche event. And then we leap to UFC Moicano versus St. Denis to end September on the 28th. Okay? Wait, hold up. Let me look at my calendar real quick. Uh-oh. So what's going on the 21st? Anything happening? Looks like nothing. So we skip a week this week. Okay. We go into the Brady Burns fight, which is not a bad fight, back in the Apex. And then we go into Noche. Then we skip a week. We have 4 events in October. You got Pereira Roundtree in 307, Utah. And then a 1 p.m. card for us 2 weeks in a row. Look at this. Apex card. Royval versus Tyra, which is actually a really good flyweight fight. Tyra, wow, 2 events in a row he's headlining. This kid, I mean, this just goes to show you how shitty flyweight is. That Tyra, is just going to keep on getting main events until he wins the belt. He's good. Kid's good, but
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got Hearns dropping a deuce.
Yeah, unless you're really a fan, I don't see this card attracting non-Mexicans. How about the prices? They taking advantage of the tortillas, man. People can buy automatic weapons with those prices low.
Yeah, they are taking care. Let's celebrate Mexican Independence Day by price gouging. Like what? Right, Hearns? Like what the fuck? Let's have our obnoxiously most expensive event of all time on Mexican Independence Day. Let's celebrate, right? I mean, what the fuck? It's the weirdest, dude. UFC Noche is the weirdest shit ever. We're just gonna cater to the rich Mexicans. Fuck those other tortillas.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I don't get it. Nothing about it makes sense. Nothing about it makes sense. But hey, I'm gonna watch it. We'll see what it brings. We'll see what happens. Okay, so Tyra versus Royval, an early card there, October 19th. We have this fight night. Let's see who's headlining this. To be determined. Oh no. Oh, Fluffy versus Pereira. That's a banger. Is that the main event? Oh, it says main card. I don't think it's the main event. Although I would be fine with that as a main event. That's a pretty good fight. So they didn't piece that card together. Let's see. Then you have Topuria versus Holloway in Abu Dhabi. That's at 7 a.m. for us. 7 a.m. Oh my God. 7 a.m. Which I kind of every once in a while I like to shake it up, but it's a really good card, right? You got it co-main by Chimaev and Whitaker, Volkov and Gane on that card. Rakic versus Ankalaev, which I don't know. Explain to me why is it Ankalaev fighting Pereira? Murphy versus Ige. Wow. That's what you're going to do for Ige? Ige does you guys a favor. You throw Lerone Murphy at him. Holy shit. But good fight. I feel bad for Ige. All right. Man, Jeff Neal versus RDA. Inzachuku coming back versus De Lima. Bruno Ferreira's back against Magomedov. It's a good card, man. Renat versus Nurz. Yeah, yo. You know this Ruzhabov. He's open. This is opening up the card. This dude is like, all right, I want to redeem myself from that Joaquin Buckley fight. From top to bottom, this is very, very good. But we'll be having this with some egg sandwiches. How many fights are on this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. What if fights fall apart? I mean, this thing could turn into I mean, you got Hamzat on it, for God's sakes. This shit could be fucking... This could be like a complete train wreck. Open the phone lines. It's Monday. I'll tell you what. Lick the lips. Lick the lips. I'll open the phone lines for you. You can complain about whatever. All right. What else we get? So that's actually a pretty good card. Might be the best card ending this year. Because listen, we still don't have a 309. We still don't have a 310. Let's see if there's anything even on this. Oh wait, hold up. This is the Madison Square Garden. That's on November 16th. By the way, hold on. Before I jump to that, you have Topuria versus Holloway, UFC 308. And then November 2nd, we're in Edmonton. And you're giving the Canadians Blanchfield versus Nuñez. Just put Lewis versus Denise in main event. I guess Derek don't want to be fighting in no 5-round fight. It probably won't go that long because this is a great fight. How the fuck is that not the main event? How is this not? Who's doing this? Come on, guys. Who's doing this? Even if they don't want to do 5 rounds, make it a 3-rounder. I'm fine with it. Just make it the main event. We're going to peek at Denise versus Lewis, and then we're going to have this shit show of I mean, Blanchfield, she's kind of been exposed. Nuñez, I don't give a fuck about it anymore. Oh, my God. The return of Jasmine. Oh, for fuck's sake. This card's going to be a nightmare. Okay. All right. What else are we going to complain about here? What the fuck, dude? All right. Okay. No problems. All right. So that's Canada. They did Canada dirty. I think Lewis should be the main event, right? Lewis is last week's hoe. Ari Emanuel, Kamzat versus Bobby is it's very interesting. I hope it stays together. Please. The combat sports gods, please do us a solid. Please. Please. Keep that fight together.
Aw,
Please.
super chat.
Rogelio.
This event makes some type of people mad because it's a Mexican celebration.
I don't know.
Mexico.
Man, I don't know who's mad about that. Thank you, Rogelio. I don't know who's mad about that. What I'm mad about is the price gouging. Like, that's kind of crazy. But hopefully it's worth it, you know? Hopefully it's worth it. We want a quality card. We joke about our differences, but we love the Browns unless... Oh, my God, dude. What the fuck? Oh, my God. That's funny, man. Yeah, listen, I really wanted the Sphere. I don't know. I just wanted... I don't even care if the card sucks. Like, I just wanted to end... I don't know. O'Day Osborne on the main card. You know, like... I don't know. You switch that with Raul Rosas Jr. Get rid of the co-main events. I don't know. Maybe we got something. Anyway, so you have the Blanchfield versus Nuñez. You have a fight night at the 8. Wow, ending the year is early. Everything's early. You got the 7. You have 1 p.m., 1 p.m., 7 a.m. Now this is our time zone over here in the AZ in the desert. But man, everything's super early ending the year, which I'm not opposed to because then I can have the rest of the night to hang with the fam. 2 p.m., 2 p.m., the fight night on November 9th. Then you have November 16th, UFC 309. Jesse's being a fool. She's acting a fool. Okay, and then you have the pay-per-view at Madison Square Garden. So the UFC has a chance here. Like if John Jones ends the year, Stipe Miocic falls off, and Tom Aspinall slips in, phenomenal. Who knows? Maybe the lack of, I don't know. Maybe they can pull it together. And if somehow you can get Conor to slide in at that 310 card, what's the odds they bring Alex Pereira in one more time? 307, they loop him around at 310. Like, I wouldn't be fucking surprised. He knocks out Khalil Roundtree in the first round, October 5th. You see him headline 310. I would not be fucking surprised. I wouldn't. But I really would love to see a circus at 310, T-Mobile Arena. I would love to see that. And then you have that Tampa, they always end the year with a fight night, which I never understood. Why not end the year with like on a high note with a big pay-per-view? Put a nice exclamation point. I never understood that. I never understood. They always end the year with a fight night, and it's kind of like, Then you have a couple of weeks before we get back into the UFC again. It never feels right. Maybe just get rid of that fucking fight night. I don't know. Just switch them. December 14th, 310 should be there. But, yeah, what do you guys think in the chat on how the UFC is ending the year? What do you think is going to happen for 309 and 310? The 307 card is going to be good with Pereira Roundtree, even though that the fight doesn't make sense. It's still going to be fun. Moicano St. Denis is going to be fun. Topuria Holloway's best thing out there right now that's coming up. But that's at 7 a.m. So weird. We're in a weird world here, being a UFC fan. This is a weird time to be a fan of this sport. Is Stipe hurt? Nah. Stipe, you want to see a little Stipe? Hold on, let me show you what he's doing. You can check out what Stipe's doing over here. Where is it? Here's Stipe. You were wondering about Stipe Miocic? I got you. There you go. He's fine. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, copyright. Go get him, Stipe. He's doing fine. He's good. This is the guy that's going to fight John Jones. He's good. He's good to go. Everything's fine with Stipe. Oh, God. Stipe and Jones are perma-hurt or worthless for some reason. Fans lose. I mean, if they could both find a way to get in there at Madison Square Garden, the UFC will find some way to make it interesting, I guess. I don't know. Stipe is cats out of trees and shit. It's a weird time to be alive. It is, Vince. He's fooked. Dad bod Stipe. What the fuck? I tell you what, have you seen Jones lately? Jones don't look like he's in any fight shape. The dude looks like he's been laying in a river. You know, he's been dead in a river for a while, and he's all bloated up. Like, John Jones does not. He looks very unhealthy. Andre Arlovsky asked them, how taste my pee-pee? Okay.
Wonderful.
Stipe got me bricked. Okay. Not that gays can't fight. I've seen lipstick strong gays. Okay. If everyone stops caring about Jones, then maybe he'd fight more. Yeah. What's your mindset with John Jones now? Are we done? Are we done with John Jones? Or, I mean, he runs over Cyril Gane like, oh, this is cool. We waited forever to see that. Then people are screaming, that's fixed. And then he doesn't fight again for how long because of the injury and all the other nonsense going on. It's like blue balls, John Jones. And also with Conor. Massive blue balls. It's like, guys, what the fuck, man? At least John Jones is still someone that should be able to compete, even though he doesn't look like Doesn't look like he really is. But anyway, let's review Saturday's card. I'll talk quickly on the John Gotti thing. Okay, how many people were with us watching John Gotti versus John Gotti III versus Floyd Mayweather? One's in the chat if you were with us for that, or if you watched on your own. Just let me know if you saw the fight, or if you heard us talk about the fight. I'll let that get in there. Have a sip of my coffee, and I'll tell you my thoughts. Every time Jones fights, he brings me back to Christ in the... I almost killed myself last night watching. Okay, so Jeremy saw it. Sober Carl saw it. Tiger Shark saw it. Freedom Guy saw it. Okay. One for the WWE event. Okay. So listen, I will say this. I am happy John made a lot of money. Like whatever he got paid for that, I'm happy he made money because he's a very nice guy. Very, very nice guy. So let's start off with that. Now, for the fight. I don't believe any of it. I honestly, there were moments in that fight where there was so much hesitation between both of them. Floyd had chances to land some shots, pull back. Gotti had the same. He would just pull back, or he would just get hit. And he wasn't even he wasn't even trying. Like he was talking to the ref. Then a ref got swapped out, which has never happened before. You know, Floyd, there was so much theatrics, or what they tried to make theatrics, that it just it got to the point where it was such a joke that I couldn't, we got so discouraged watching it, and I was pretty hyped because, listen, I want John to win, and I love Angel Gotti. She's phenomenal with her channel over there. And, I don't know. And I knew Floyd was going to, outbox John. We knew that. The whole thing is, hey, can John last the fight? Can he get through from round 1 to round 8? Will he survive, right? That's basically the thing. But that reeked nothing being real. I understand it was exhibition. I get it. But neither guy, it seemed, took that serious. It seemed like there was pre-fight conversation that went on, and basically, all right, this round, this is going to happen. That round's that going to happen. We're going to switch refs at this round. We're going to complain at this time. It's time you're going to. And yes, they did get hit. It's not like they didn't hit each other because you got to make it look somewhat real. I just couldn't believe it. Nothing, it just seemed very unbelievable. So, like I said, I'm happy that John got paid. He had an opportunity to get back in there with Floyd and say he went the distance, which is phenomenal, right? Who cares? Put aside whatever dumb people on the internet think. I heard on Angel's stream that John actually and Floyd, they had a nice, after fight conversation, and Floyd signed the gloves, and John's a big fan of Floyd, and, no brawl, no hostility. Never again. I don't think I could watch another Floyd fight again. We have to put our foot down. And for me to watch that and commentate that fight over an excellent main event in the UFC was one of the lowest moments in MMA-Hole's career. So don't worry, that's not happening again. Okay, guys? That's a one and done. We're not doing that again.
Wonderful.
That was crazy, man.
I'm actually looking forward to Diego Lopes versus Ortega fight, Manuel Torres, Daniel Zellhuber fights, Chihuahua 2 I guess. Main event will be interesting. Hopefully fighters don't disappoint and give us carnage.
Yeah, hopefully the fighters go in there and say, hey, this is a one-off. Let's leave it all out there. Let's give these fans something that they deserve. And yes, the Ortega fight and Lopez fight will be good. There's no question about that. There's no question about the Chihuahua fight. That's going to be a barn burner. And there's going to be a couple other fights that probably be pretty good. And if O'Day Osborne is left on that main card, he's not very good, but I have a feeling he's going to go out there and try to seize the moment, right? So I think there will be some good fights on the card. We'll see. I guess we just got to go in with low expectations and hope for the best, And especially if you're at least you're going to be in the building for it, so you'll have a completely different experience than us. Borralho fight was so much better than Gotti Mayweather. I mean, that's a very Captain Obvious statement. It wasn't even close. I mean, well, one was a real fight and the other one was exhibition. It was nonsense. It really was. We'll never get the real story. It's just never going to happen. You know, they're going to just say that was real. I'm sorry. I've been watching this way too long to believe any of that, you know, was legit, you know, but it's exhibition. They collect a bag of money. You move on, you know. So that's all I'm going to say about that. We need Gotti Mayweather 3. Dude, I would throw myself through my window before watching that again. That was nuts, man. That was one of the worst things I've ever. I mean, it was embarrassing to watch. It was. But listen, if you have skin in the game, if you're Team Gotti and you have family in there, of course you're gonna be all hyped up about it. You know, you got a family member in there doing his thing, getting paid, lasting, going the distance with Mayweather. If you're Team Mayweather, I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. I can't. I'm just going to stick my fucking foot in my mouth. It was terrible. It was fucking terrible. All right. Anyway, let's talk about the event that did happen in the Octagon. Okay? And the event that happened in the Octagon was Cannonier versus Borralho. Guys, it's like Paulo Costa just reincarnated into Borralho, the younger, scary fucking... But the difference between him and Costa, the big difference is Borralho is actually good. That's the big difference. No offense, Paulo Costa and you dumbass fans. I never was on the Paulo Costa train. Never. You can go back to streams. I'm like, this guy's massively overrated. And when he went to fight Israel Adesanya, I was like, this guy is so fucking overrated. And that one worked out well for me. He's not good. There was a time where you could pretend he was super scary. He was never very, I mean, he looked scary, but he wasn't that good, right? This guy, Borralho, is if Paulo Costa was good. This guy now is 17-1-0. This guy's got green all over the place. The last time was a no contest in 2018. And then you have the loss, unanimous decision, 2015. This guy's never been finished. This guy is just... a beast, an absolute animal that he does have some decisions on his resume, but he can put you out. And I don't know how the fuck, I have no idea how Cannonier actually stayed alive in that fight. And who was the ref on this fight again? Was it Herb? I can't remember who the ref was. But boy, they gave Jared every chance. And in that final round, it looked like, I mean, if you watch it in slow motion, the replay of the blood flying out of his mouth, I mean, it looked like he was dead in the air. He got hit with the kitchen sink from Borralho, and he somehow stayed alive. But, man, Borralho, he's legit. I would love to see him fight Izzy. Love it. Like, that is the fight, man. We'll look at other fights on here. What should be for Borralho? Let's see. What can we put together? I mean, I just want to see Izzy. I think that'd be a great fight because I think of how Izzy butt-fucked Costa. Izzy's not in the best situation right now. I know he's fighting a younger Costa. We'll see. Okay, so Cannonier is at 5. Borralho's just going to leapfrog, right? He's number 12. He's just going to leap into the top 5. You got Whitaker and Chimaev going at it. Adesanya's in limbo. Strickland's fighting Duplessis. So, yeah, I mean, it depends on what's going to happen. Does Adesanya want to take a break? I mean, let's look at this. Israel Adesanya just fought, okay, August 24th. You look at the cards coming up. September, October, no. I mean, you can get him in it in 310, UFC 310, end of the year. Throw Borralho and Adesanya on that card, on that T-Mobile. Let's do it. Let's go, baby. Throw him on there. If Izzy doesn't want it, who knows? Maybe he wants to take another break. I mean, listen, Izzy's done everything he had to do. He could retire and still have some sort of decent legacy, like real decent legacy. He redeemed himself against Pereira, yada yada yada. You know, but if he is going to continue, I mean, Borralho seems like the guy. And what a fight that would be! It'd be a great fight. Let me close some of these tabs here. Got so many tabs open. Can't keep track of all the tabs. So what do you guys think? What do you want to see for Caio Borralho? I mean, this guy is a problem. I'm not going to scream champion yet because there's still things that I think he can get better at. But, man, he's on some run. I think Borralho will smash Izzy. Cannonier got some nice shots in. Yeah, he did. Yo, it was a great fight. It was a nice back and forth. I feel bad for Cannonier, man, because he got screwed the fight before with that weird-ass stop. Then he fights a guy number 12. I feel bad. And Cannonier's, 40 years of age. So he's in a bad spot, Cannonier. And I still think Cannonier fucks up a lot of those guys in the top 10. You know, so that sucks. It's a sucky situation for Jared. He did not have to take that fight, but he had really no other choice. Izzy fought great for 3.5 rounds, just made a mistake. I don't like him, but by the way, just saying, it's true, man. Izzy was beating, not on the scorecards, but he fought great against Duplessis. He did. He fought great. But he was technically losing on those scorecards, and I don't think Izzy's done. I really don't. It's just, listen, I think Adesanya, I'm not going to say overrated. I'm not going to go there and say what Sean Strickland did because he did fucking not. He knocked Pereira out cold, you know, and he's defended his belt. It was a little bit of an easy path there, but he did enough to be decent. He's no Anderson Silva. It was crazy. Even though he beat Anderson, the old version of Anderson, it was a weird fight. I would say Izzy's above average. I'm not going to say average. I'm not going to say he's a bum. I'd say Izzy's above average, but let's chill on the greatest middleweight of all time. We know what Izzy is now. And listen, Borralho, I think would be a very good competitive fight. Angela Hill, I thought won that fight. I'm just gonna say it, but it was all right. It was whatever. The Ultimate Fighters, very impressive Loader win, very impressive Santos win. Didn't watch anything from the season, but I got to say those two are interesting guys. They are. We were goofing on them a little bit. Very interesting guys. Neil Magny, oh my God, dude. Thank God I didn't place a bet on him. He was getting that plus 600. It looked like things were going to go well for him, and then he just got fucking smashed and killed by this Ecuadorian Michael Morales, another prospect. We said this on Saturday. I'll say it again here. Welterweight is all of a sudden, out of nowhere, out of the fucking blue. All of a sudden, welterweight's coming around. They still got work to do. But boy, oh boy, do we have some very interesting prospects at welterweight. It's about time. It's been a minute since welterweight's been interesting. It's been a minute. So that kid's a problem. Yeah, things are shaking up. Bilal's the champ now. He's going to be tough to budge. Kamaru is not going in. He's still there, and he might get the title shot. Shavkat's scary as fuck. Colby, forget it. Jack can't count out Della Maddalena. Gilbert Burns is funny, man. Even though he dropped the ball a bunch of times, he's still ranked 6. He gets a win against Sean Brady, who's only a couple of spots below him. Gilbert could somehow finagle his way 1-2 fights, and then boom, he could be right back in the mix. Sean Brady's a scary dude. He did lose to Bilal, but he's a scary dude. Stephen Thompson's trying to hang in there. He's going to be fighting Buckley. I'm saying this is my dark horse. Not a big fan of Buckley. I think he's very cringe, but I will say this. I think his style, his size, he's compact. He can grapple on top of his striking. I think this young man will be a champ. I'm going to say it, man. I think Joaquin Buckley is the dark horse. He is my new mythical creature. Like Glover Teixeira was the guy. I think Joaquin Buckley is going to get it done. I think he's going to beat Thompson, who is at number 9. He's going to crack into the top 10. I think he's going to kick the door down and get in there. You still have MVP in there, who is not going to be a champion. Sorry, MVP, but still exciting fights. And like I said, there's guys outside of the rankings like that Morales kid that's super scary. So Ian Machado Gary, you can't count him out. That kid is a fucking problem. There's so many good fighters that are creeping up now, unranked and ranked at welterweight. It's become very good. All right, let's see. Let me get through this quickly here. Okay, so Mearshart, dude, yo. Shabazian is just this fucking dude, man. He just can't get out of his own way. He starts off so good in these fights, gassing out, and Mearshart submits him. What a finish, what a win, what a comeback for Gerald Mearshart. This dude just keeps on finding ways to do stuff like this. There's a reason why fans like him. So Mearshart with a phenomenal comeback, gets the performance of the night. Great job over here. Bazookia just dropped the ball in that fight. Zachary Reese had so many problems with this dude Medina. And if you didn't see this fight, run it back. Because Medina, I don't know what the fuck this kid's made of, but you can't put him down. You just can't put Medina down. The dude is an animal, an absolute animal. So Reese gets the unanimous, wins, and dominates. But still, I mean, it was so much fun to watch. Borshev takes out Lund Top, split decision win. Let's see. Cavalcante wins. And this Kong girl, fucking hell, scary. Apparently, she got an extra bonus after the card was done. Very solid fight night. Very, very, very solid fight night. Guys and gals of the chat, rate it. What do you think of UFC Vegas 96? Did you like the card? Would you rate it out of 10? I got to tell you, in a watch back of this main event, very good main event, I'll go with 7-2, somewhere around there. I think it was good for a fight. I think it was good. I was entertained. Let me know in the chat what you thought. I'll remember Medina's name for sure. Yeah, listen, guys, go to MMA-Holes.tv and start favoriting some of these fighters, man. Seriously, like, start starring these fighters. Put them in your favorites. So, you know, if you do forget them, at least you'll know. 7.5, 6.5, 7. See, yeah, they're all fair. Good card, very good card. 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'm with you guys. It was a good card. It was entertaining. Very, very entertaining. All right, let's scroll through some news over here. We'll check out the championship round, see what they got going on. It was a very slow news day. It was so slow, I was just going to do an upload today. But if you missed the Noche conversation, run back the stream because I do want to know your comments. And if I missed your comment in the chat, I want to know what you think about Noche. Do you think Dana's screwing the fans? So in the comments, put it up over there. But let's just go through the news real quick. Very, very slow day. Here's championship rounds. Sarukian says he will no longer be releasing an anti-bullying video. You're insufferable. Ilya Taporia linked up with Sergio Ramos. Who the fuck is that guy? I don't know who that is. Guys, I've been seeing a lot of people pick Taporia against Holloway. Spam the chat who you got. Do you have Taporia or do you have Max? Taporia or Max, who do you have in the main event of a very solid card? Taporia, Max, who do you have over there? I'm going Max. I'm going Maxi. Spanish soccer player. Okay. Let's see. I'm curious. Yeah, spam it up. Who you got? Taporia, Max. Ilya or Blessed? Let me know. Max looking for a go. Panko, Max all day. Oh, damn. Okay. Damn, I should have put a poll up or something. Taporia reluctantly. All right, so Freedom Guy's going Taporia. I've been seeing a lot of people picking Taporia. But our chat is Max. Okay. Omar, Ilya, Max all the way. Max, even though he looks, took out my guy, Gaethje. Max, Tilapia, Mad Max for sure. Ilya, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Dana White tagged John Jones under a random IG post and responded to the fans in the replies. This word glaze just popped up out of nowhere. Like everyone says, wild now. All this glaze talk is wild. So, okay. Dana, I hate to break it to you, but this is just how it works, man. A word pops up and everyone runs with it. And now in the world of YouTube influencers getting younger and younger, they're just going to find a word and they're going to go with it. I haven't really heard much of glaze until recently. I've never even used glaze unless it was on a donut. But yeah, it's a thing now. Everyone's using the word glaze. It's a thing. And oil you up. Thank you, Scott Young, a member for 4 months. Thank you to all the members. Listen, the heart and soul of the community are the members. Thank you, Scott Young, 4 months. He says, I got Taporia being the first to KO Holloway. Oh, my God. I hate that. Oh, I don't want to see that. Damn, man. Damn. But thank you. Kamaru Usman on the worst podcast of all time says, give credit to Colby Covington. Okay.
I say it all the time.
Well, of course you're going to give credit to Colby. I mean, some say Colby beat you in that first fight, even though you broke his jaw, and I think you won that fight. I got to say this. Usman, Colby, both fights were fantastic. They were great fights. They really were.
And I know people can't believe the fact that I would actually go, credit to Colby Covington, because I used to hear it.
But he's white. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke from anyway.
All the time where people say, you need a dance partner. You need a great dance partner. And he was that. to where in that first fight, to where it was.
You know, it sucks, man. It sucks. I was an Usman guy. I did not like him in the Ultimate Fighter, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yo, this guy's gonna be a champ. I was Team Usman for a long time. I know people that are close with Usman, love Usman, say he's a great guy. Maybe he is a great guy. Maybe he is. But every time this fucking guy opens his mouth now, he's driving me nuts. I don't even want to hear it anymore. I can't listen to him. So we're going to move on. Anyway, here's Robert Whittaker. Let's see. What does he say to Submission Radio? That's only half of Submission Radio now. They're not the full. They're not the combo anymore.
When you see a post like that, do you believe Pereira's being legit here? Do you think he's actually trying to get back in line to fight for the title?
Not really. Well, I hope not really, right? I think, honestly, I don't think that's a good fight for him. I don't think that's a good
I mean, it's easy for Rob to say that. You got fucking finished by him, so.
Fight for him. But also, like, when you move up to light heavyweight, moving back down is tricky. Like, and it's not like you move up for one fight. He's stayed up there. He's been fighting up there for a while now, so it would take a lot out of him to get down, and Dricus is so strong there. Alex gets hit, okay? And Dricus likes getting hit. So I don't.
Don't all fighters get hit? This is some commentary. I mean, what fighter doesn't get hit? Even if you got great head movement, you're still getting hit.
Yeah, it's hard to see someone with the amount of power to stop Dricus from walking forward into you. And Dricus hits hard. You saw that in the fight against Adesanya.
I saw it in the fight against you, too.
Adesanya's got a really good chin.
You never liked Whittaker? Really, Zoman Zombie? I actually like Whittaker. CTE. I mean, I think you have to you got to give these guys a break. They're fighters, right? At the end of the day, very knowledgeable about the sport. But when it comes to, like, they're all picking up microphones and podcasting now, there's a lot of repetitive head hits that happen. And I honestly do think it comes out in how they speak. But anyway, I still like Rob.
Still hurting him enough to make him uncomfortable. So, yeah.
Okay. There's Whittaker. Magomed Ankalaev calls Alex Pereira a liar and says he was never offered a fight against him. You mean Ali Abdelaziz. Alex Pereira, you are a liar. You said I turned fight down against you. Dana White McMaynard, that's 100% Ali. Never offered me a fight against you. I'm going to make you eat your words after I handle my business. Okay, so that's Ali Abdelaziz. We can't shake Sarukian. Here's Sarukian again, says... Okay, let's see what he says. It's not in English. Okay. Israel Adesanya, it's weird how this guy knows me. It's like we've spent hours studying each other. Okay, what is this? Pereira suspects Adesanya could have been injured due to his ankle, his lack of low kicks. So, Izzy's confirming it. So here come the excuses. Okay. That's what yeah. Okay. Here's Yuri Prohaska.
I'm coming.
The stupid music. I've been considering that if Adesanya wins. Okay, so moving down to middleweight. I've been considering that if Adesanya wins, I'll stay in the light heavyweight division. But if Duplessis wins, I'll follow him. I'll clear things up a bit there and take the belt. Wait, so he didn't want to fight Izzy, but he wants to fight Duplessis? Huh. Well, that would be an interesting fight, right? Both guys are goofballs in there, right? Like, they both got the weirdest... That's like two of the weirdest styles going at it. Dude, sign me up. Sign me up, man. I would watch that. I think he should go down if he can do it in a healthy way. I think he should go down. But I wanted to see him fight Izzy. I want to see Borralho fight Izzy. That's why I'm glad Izzy didn't retire. There's so many good fights to still make. But what do you guys think? What would you rather see Yuri fight? Duplessis or Adesanya? He's got too much CTE too. You think he's... Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Freshly glazed puss. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Borralho calls out champion Duplessis. Chill. One more fight. I would say one more fight, and who knows? Maybe we'll skip the Fukin line. Let's see. I'm not gonna make fun of. I made a pact. I am not making fun of Helen Yee anymore. I said a nice thing to her, and she was very We were both very respectful. She replied nicely, so I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna do any more Helen Yee impersonations. I'm not gonna do it. It's just, I'm not gonna do it. Okay.
But in your opinion, who do you consider the greatest fighter right now?
Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. I am not going to do the Helen Yee impersonation. I'm a new man. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it. You're not going to bully me into...
No.
Greatest fighter right now. Probably Islam. Probably Islam.
Do you agree with
Islam's the greatest fighter right now? I mean...
with how much Dana's been praising John Jones?
John Jones is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, period, end of story.
I mean, John Jones is up there. I was just, you picture right now and you kind of go back 4 or 5 years and so I think John's fought once in the last 4 or 5 years. John Jones is up there of greatest of all time, but right now who's the greatest, like who's been active the last 4 years or whatever, I think it's Islam, but John Jones is always going to be in the conversation.
Okay. I feel like we're just hearing the same shit over and over again. Right? Do you guys get this vibe? I mean, there's so many like content creators out there that I just feel like it's the same fucking questions. I feel like I'm hearing the same answers. I'm hearing about John Jones over and over again, and it's just all the same shit. Regurgitated. Everyone's just fucking doing the same shit.
Every fight can.
Oh god.
Hey, I'm gonna be fighting soon. I don't know if I can play this because of high oil. It might get copyright flagged.
Everybody thought UFC 300 was amazing. Wait till they get to see the outcome of UFC 308. Let's go, Max. I hope you beat the shit out of him. Okay. All right. Anything else here? Did I miss something? Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything, guys? You got anything? This Parry Punch guy, did he put anything out there? I'm
gonna be a share him.
Paulo Costa beats former UFC champion Rampage Jackson in arm wrestling.
I thought it was...
Oh, he was ready to slap you. This is technique.
There's so many podcasts out now. It's crazy. Did you watch the video of J.D. Vance saying Trump is America's Hitler? I invited a UFC fighter to come on tonight to talk politics and stuff. And then I pulled it back. I pulled back the invite. I've had enough. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. Enough's enough of this political shit. Just vote. Go vote.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. I thought it was...
Oh, he was ready to slap you. This is technique. It takes technique.
Would you do a collab with the Stream with the Weasel? He wouldn't show his fave, but it would be cool. So, you know what's funny? I used to goof on the Weasel constantly, and then I had a call with MyBookie, by the way. MyBookie promo code MMA-Holes for 10% match in your first deposit. Go on over to MyBookie. They so happen to sponsor the Weasel as well. So I had a conversation behind the scenes. I don't want to talk about the full conversation with that person because, that's just wrong. But, yeah, there's like a connection with him, and I wish I could tell you the whole conversation, but I didn't. But, yeah, we both have a mutual connection to MyBookie. So never say never. I don't know what we would do together. Like, what could we do? Like, he's always doing the nasally breakdowns of fights and shit. And I don't know. I don't know what we would do. Like, give me some ideas. What should we do? What should I do with the Weasel? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like he's so... I don't want to say anything bad. Like, I don't know. I feel like we're, like, so different to the point where it's just like, I'm just going to want to make fun of him or something. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what can we do? What do you guys think? You know? Yeah, help me out. Yeah, give me an idea. I was thinking about it when I was speaking to MyBookie, but then I was like, I don't know what we would do. Break down fights? Oh God, I'd probably fall asleep. Like, In the middle of him breaking down the fight, I might just collapse and fall asleep. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's got a sense of humor. Maybe I could pull that out of him. But yeah, he's good at what he does, right? He does his own thing. He's got a successful channel over there. He's been doing it for a while. But I just don't like. I can't figure out. I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, what can I do unique with them? I don't know. I have no idea. Who's the Weasel? He's a guy that he's been breaking down fights on YouTube for a while. The Weasel's annoying. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not my kind of content. So I'm like, if you notice, I stopped collaborating with a lot of people. It's no disrespect. I just like, there have been times I've collaborated with people and I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Like I was just like in the middle of the collaboration. I'm like, what am I doing? This is not me. You know, like it's just, I feel so uncomfortable and shit. Like I try not to show it. Good karma. I say you don't know the guy. He's never done anything to harm you. Yeah, listen. Like I said, the problem is this. I'm trying to figure out the angle. You know, like I'm just trying to figure it out. I think when me and Jesse are doing shit here, or if I have a fighter on or something, or we're doing commentary, or I'm just fucking rolling with the punches, I think that's where we shine, to be honest. Once we start collaborating with other YouTubers, it's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing more, even if they have a bigger channel, I still feel like I'm doing more for them than they're doing for me. You know? But I don't know. Maybe I'll ask him, does he get pussy and shit? I can ask him those questions. Yeah, maybe you guys want me to, when I interviewed, I had an interview with a content creator. I'm not going to say the name, but I feel like everyone was bored out of their mind. I was interested. I had a good conversation with the guy, but maybe let's see if you guys could figure it out in the chat. I had an interview with a content creator. He's so fucking good at what he does. But I felt like it was just, I'm like, I can't do that again. Get turned with the Weasel? Should we just get drunk? Arrow's a punk. Someone get Pulse a membership? That poor guy. What's going on here? Why does he have a membership? It doesn't hurt to get to know people. Yeah, I'd rather just go to events. I'd rather just do that. Get to know people there. Rub elbows. Do live content. You know? You and MMA, Joey, Guru. Me and Guru spoke about something that we both agreed to. Just never happened. We had something fucking hilarious planned, but it just never happened. We had something pretty fucking funny. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll go through with it. But I think it's funnier. I don't know. I'm not gonna. If it happens, it happens. He's more serious, but I think you'll both benefit. Yeah, I mean, listen, the smart move is this. You see a lot of YouTubers that grow pretty quick. They start collaborating with other YouTubers, but inside they're dying. Just knowing I've been doing this for 8 years, right? I mean, and there's some good people out there, but if we don't, like, if their content doesn't, I mean, what content's like ours? You know what I'm saying? Like we're fucking weirdos over here. So it's like when I collaborate with these other people, I don't know. I got to go to the drawing board and figure it out. I'll tell you what. In the comments section of this video, this is how I'm going to end this. All right. I want to know down below in the comments section, who do you want the MMA-Holes to collaborate with? And the person that gets the most mentions in the comments section down below, I'm going to have to pull the trigger on it. All right? I'm going to have to pull the trigger. I've been pulling for you. We've already spoke, me and Guru. It's not like we're fine. There's no, you know. I can see Weasel being lit on your show, Moss. No glaze. You just want to say glazing. Greatest MMA channel and community in the world. Jamie Bro. Collab with Chart Nose. We did Jesse on Fire. We collaborated with him. Okay, guys. I'll see you next time. We'll see. Oh, tomorrow night. We're going to be live for the Contender Series. So I want to see all you guys in attendance for the Contender Series tomorrow, where we sit back and see if guys and gals get contracts and fight to get paid like $10,000. Anyway, we'll see you for the Contender Series tomorrow night. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate you guys. And remember, comment section down below. You know, that abandoned wasteland, like you guys get it all out of your system in the live chat. Like, I'm not coming back to comment. Well, come back and let me know who I should collaborate with. I don't care if it's realistic or not. All right, let me know in the chat down below. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Don't be an a-hole, be an MMA-Hole. Good night, guys. And Oh, and Noche stuff too. If I missed your comments about Noche, yeah, whatever. I collaborated with Moicano already. Great guy.
Place your bets, win big at mybookie.ag. Use promo code MMA-Holes at mybookie.ag. Win big at mybookie.ag. Tell them the MMA-Holes sent you. Place your bets, win big at mybookie.ag. Use promo code MMA-Holes at mybookie.ag. Win big at mybookie.ag. Tell them the MMA-Holes sent you.